and his beach gold medal for the USA as well. Now coaching, he's already taken the girls to World Championship gold. They are the defending World Grand Prix champions. Olympic gold is something they have yet to achieve. They have been close. Will he be the man to lead them there to the top of the podium in Rio? That is to come in less than 30 days. But right now, though, he has a challenge to beat China. It's China in blue serving, the USA in red receiving. It's match day 3 of the FIVB World Grand Prix finals here in Bangkok, Thailand. The governor with the serve for the USA. Good up. And the backcourt pipe does the job straight away. Nobody in there to stop that one. Larson once again, good serve. No middle attack coming for China. They have to go out wide, and it's just a continuation play. Zheng Chunli unable to put it down. No such trouble at all for the USA. 2 swings, 2 points, and it's Hill who gets in on the action. Larson will go again. Ooh, Larson just in too close. She's the defender at 6, should be patrolling the baseline exactly for that kind of play. That ball that comes off of the block and goes deep. Unfortunately for her, she got in too far. And so China take their first point, and it will be Yuan Xinyue with the serve. That's an excellent pass, but a very good block. Jung Seo-ya denying the captain Dietzen. No trouble at all for Hill. Coach Kaoshkirai still yet to put out what many would consider to be his strongest 6. When you have the likes of Kelsey Robinson on the bench, Castello on the bench. And such is the strength and depth really of the USA. He was able to leave out Megan Easy, Nicole Fawcett and Molly Kreklow from the squad coming here for this World Grand Prix final. A couple of players in who've yet to see any action at all are the new girl. Michelle Barch, number 19, who's not played at these finals just yet. She's an outside hitter. And whilst Courtney Thompson is here and has plenty of experience, both at World Championships and Olympic Games, she's a player fighting for her position with 2 other setters here as well, Alicia Glass and Carly Lloyd. It's Glass who's holding that first 6 spot at the moment as a number 1 setter in the team. But it's between Lloyd and Thompson really as to who's going to make that bid and who's going to take that place available for Rio. Or will Coach Kirai take 3 setters to the Olympic Games? There are a few teams here with 3 setters. I get the feeling that's just because the coaches are still unsure as to who their second setter is going to be. Only one team at this World Grand Prix finals not going to the Olympic Games, and that's the host Thailand. Everybody else will be there. China with an understrength team. There's no Zhu Ting for them. Number 2, she's not here. Head coach Jenny Lang Ping not here. Also not here is Liu Xiaotong. Right now, though, the USA are giving themselves every opportunity of continuing their good form from that first match. It certainly has to be said, it's a much better performance from China. They look a little bit more settled. They were having a late team meeting last night in the hotel. Also trying to work out quite how it went down 3-2 for the hands of the Netherlands. Nice slide behind. Free ball for the USA. Murphy pops it in. And it's Adams on the slide behind who only manages to put it into the meat of the block. Well, that's a good serve. So we hit the technical timeout and China are leading by 2. That's the points run for China. So far, USA have just been getting side-out points. Chen Xiaoya with the serve. Oh, that's a really good dig from her as well. Well, the USA not closing the block. There was a gap between the nets and the blocker, which is why it's gone straight down Adams' front and on her own side of the net from that swing by Hui Ruoqi. The USA is struggling to find a way through at the moment. Coach Karchkarai calls the timeout.
Still, so slide go big. Normal there. If they run a gap, we're just going that. USA!
Still, the USA struggling to find a way through. And when they do, they can't find the court. I think there's going to be a challenge, though, for block touch. Coaches have a couple of challenges per set. So Karch calling this challenge. And also acts as a bit of a delay as well. He's already called a timeout, doesn't necessarily want to call another one straight away. Oh, indeed, a big touch from the late block of Shen Jingxi. Good challenge, successful challenge, which means USA have 2 challenges still in this set. Adams with the serve. Nice blocking. Dietzen, who was stopped when she had her first attack, is now even the keel, as it were, with that block. Adams will serve again. The very tall Yuan Xinyue without any trouble getting that one down right into the heart of USA's defence. They won't be too happy with that. Shen Jingxi with the serve. Good up. USA get it back under control and get the point through Larson. The block slowing the ball down, and then USA's transition play very good indeed. Yuan Xinyue a little weak in the block. Glass with the serve. Both teams now with their setter in the back row. Both teams with 3 front court attackers. Both teams matching up very similarly in that respect. And that means the blockers on each side in the next 3 rotations under immense pressure from 4 potential attackers going after the ball and running routes and creating one-on-ones. Lovely set from Glass. Dietzen doing her bit to hold the opposition middle. And then that left a one-on-one through the outside, which Larson wasn't going to miss. And now she goes back to serve for the second time. Second time she's been back to the serving line. Murphy gets block out. USA certainly on the comeback trail, just 1 back at the moment. Positive set from Glass, using the ball's energy to continue on its trajectory behind her. And a chance now for the USA to draw level. Hill. Lawrence has done that really well. A little look to the coach from the Chinese players as to who's defending where, but that's pretty much over the top of the block and to the line. And with USA drawing level, China called timeout. Timeout not really helping China, and they may well be forced to make a few substitutions. In fact, there's going to be a substitution because there's an injury, and as off the court goes Hui Ruoqi, hops off court. So in her place, the Yu Yanhan. Well, the ball's landed in. It's an ace serve for the USA. China think it's out. looking to the coach to say, well, we're going to challenge this. Deciding not to. And Larson serves again. Really good serving run this from the USA. From behind to now being 2 in front. That could be 3 with the free ball over, although it's a little bit low to Dietzen, but China don't help themselves. Net touch. 15-12. What a turnaround by the United States. And a little bit of a collapse here from China. However, that tip ball still causing the USA a few problems. Nobody reading that quickly enough, no one reacting early enough. And Xinyu goes back to serve for the team currently trailing by 2. That looked like it was going to go long, but what we have seen here in the Humark Stadium is the ball that does look like it's going long has dropped pretty quickly. The team's not taking any chances. Free ball again for the USA. This time a much better ball into Dietzen, who's able to find an angle to put it away cross court. And at the second technical timeout, it's the USA who lead by 3 instead of trailing by 3 as they did in the first. There's been a substitution, so first time that Thompson's seen any action coming onto court. And she's coming on as a server defender, but interestingly, with Glass on court as well in the back row, Thompson won't be doing any setting unless she has to. In other words, she's not going to be running in and defending at position 1. She's going to defend at 5. Glass still in to set. Good up. A bit of hard work from China pays off. Shen Jingxi making the dig. So the substitution is going to be reversed pretty quickly. Thompson's going to go off. Dietzen comes on to go off straight away to allow Banwath on, and the USA are lining up a couple of substitutions. Carly Lloyd and Caster Lowe for a double substitution once Alicia Glass goes up to position 4 into the front row. And that's going to happen now. Lowe comes on to serve, and Lloyd comes on for Murphy. So Lloyd will be serving. Lowe's into the front row. Kind of a defeat the object really, wouldn't it? If you put in the setters in the front row, back into the front row. Wonderful block from Hill, right across the net, and across the net early. Not going for height, going for court penetration and getting really close to the ball, and that means there's just no angles for the attacker to try and do anything, to go past the block, and even block out was difficult, wasn't it? Really good blocking from the USA. Scrambled up, off-ball situation. Lloyd has to play it, so no setter to put the ball up. Doesn't matter, Lowe gets a swing on it. And it's the USA who take the point. Another great block. So China use their second and final timeout of the set. At last, a point for China. Liu Yanhan gets the block out. They might signal the comeback. To serve. Well, net touch has been given against the USA. Low, as she came in to hit that, looked like she followed through and caught the net. So good defense from China, keeping that off the floor in the first place. LD it was. That's very nicely done, isn't it, from Kimberly Hill? Slightly out of position, having to adjust, and doing so brilliantly, getting the block out. China not able to react quickly enough. Oh, good pick-up. Play continues. And again. Oh, great play. Excellent rally. China take it. And it's that girl, Gong Seong-yu, who didn't start this game, has come in as a substitute and has made an impact. Chang Xiaoa. That's classic miss pass, but somehow the USA get away with it. If you'd have taken a picture of Kayla Banworth as that ball come to her, picture perfect, but she was still. Let the ball hit her, and that's why the error came about. Still need, when you're passing that ball, to have some forward momentum, put some energy into it, just to guide it back to where it needs to go. It's only really off a real hard hit spike or a really tough jump serve where you're playing defense, where you would just soak up the energy. And again, another good rally developing. USA's blocks holding firm for the moment, but not for much longer. Gong Seong-yu once again finds a way through. Larson couldn't stop her, and Adams couldn't defend her. The USA won't be overly bothered. They know that as long as their side-out game holds together, 3 points from them from side-out would see them over the line in this first set. Well, that will do very nicely as Lowe drops the hammer and gets the old well done, off you come. Double substitution reversed, Murphy back in, Glass back in. And the double substitution reversed for China as well, same thing for them. Setter still into the back row, both teams matched up evenly. It's a really nice play. Larson was really having to reach for that ball. She did well, not only to get a swing on it, but also to stay out of the net and find the angle to get it down in court. And it's set point now for the USA. Combination play not fooling the USA. And the miss hit did though. Chun-Li making this hit. Courtney Thompson just saw herself on the big screen. Larson going for glory and allowing China to get their block set before she had the swing. She jumped early, but didn't hit in rhythm. She's hit straight into the block instead. Still only one side out needed, but they're not going to get it. Not easily anyway. 2 blocks in a row from China, 3 set points saved. Perhaps that ball not going quite wide enough to allow Dixon to put it away down the line. And it's the USA who called timeout. Very good article published about timeouts. I'll talk to you about in just a second.
USA!
Professional coach Mark Lebedeau has been coaching at international club level for over 20 years. He has published an article on the effectiveness of timeouts when they're taken. And interestingly enough said that teams in front normally take timeouts around between the 23-24 point mark, particularly 23-21 is a good time to take one, or rather is taking as the other team are coming back into it, and we've just seen an example of that. But the timeout worked to a degree, didn't it? Because they have their set point. USA take that first set 25-21 and lead by 1 set to nothing. Confirmation of that scoreline. First set stats for you. Let's see, China getting 4 points from USA errors. USA only getting 2 from China. Equal blocks, more attacks from the USA. No place on court for Gong Seung-yu for China, despite the couple of points she scored when coming on in the first set. It's back to as they were for coach and Jiaji's players. And a change for the USA. Carly Lloyd is going to start as setter. Glass goes to the bench. And also on court for the USA, number 19, Michelle Barch, through the outside. She didn't play against Thailand. I thought she might have got a game, and then when she didn't, My thoughts were that maybe she won't play at all, but Coach Kirai knows best. And so Barch starts along with Castello, Carly Lloyd, and also Kelsey Robinson. So massive changes for the USA. It's only Adams and Dietzen who have stayed on court from the first set. A gamble for the USA. Will it pay off? Robinson with the serve. First point to China. Barch gets up and gets across. But Dietzen unable to help her, and no one behind in the back row can keep it off the floor. Well, you can see why Barch is in the team, can't you? Very good start for her. A real confidence booster. Getting a one-on-one as well. Lovely set from Carly Lloyd. Dietzen. Nice block out for China. There always seems to be a change in the serving for women's volleyball. It used to be just flat and low and hard, and with the low net making it tricky, but saying that because that's what you face all the time, generally it becomes easier to deal with. What I'm certainly seeing here at this tournament is a ball that's peaking a little bit later and then dropping deep to the baseline and attacking the shoulders from a different angle of the players, making them think about whether to volley it or try and move around to play it. And it certainly is causing a few issues for all the teams involved. Well, you can't challenge ball up, ball down. Robinson thinks she got a hand on it. The ref thought otherwise. So Campbell not quite paying off at the moment for the USA with their 4 changes for this second set. And when Adams has to play the ball, you know you're in trouble. She's a middle blocker. Lack of communication for the USA. Barch, Robinson, and Haglund, as well as Banworth, all need to step up and sort that out. Timeout called by Coach Kirai. At last, USA have a point. That's more like it. Decent block, nowhere for China to go. So a couple of quick points, and that certainly does the confidence of the world a good. Low with the serve. And that was one of the problems that China faced and couldn't deal with in their game against the Netherlands. They would get a run of points and look to be comfortable and then give them up very quickly, and they're doing it again here. It's almost a lack of preparedness by the serve-receive units. Oh, brilliant block from Carly Lloyd. Definitely a lack of preparedness from the Yu Yan Han. I think perhaps the set was a little bit too quick for her. Give her the benefit of that. Chen Jingxi knows she should have done better. And now we have a substitution. And in fact, the coach deciding that Chen Jingxi not doing well at all, and she's replaced her. So on to court comes number 10, Yao Dai. Bart's just brought inside, tried to hammer that one, but the net got in her way. Lovely touch from Adams to keep the ball in play. Oh, brilliant blocking. He's not had a great deal to smile about, this coach, and Jiaji. Hopefully his team can change things around now in this set. They've got the lead back, but certainly any momentum they had has dissipated with the USA's ability to get back into this set. That slide behind is such an effective weapon, especially if it's used properly, and allows players like Adams, like Akin Radewo, to be able to pick where they want to hit, not dictated to by the ball, but they can dictate to the ball where they want to go, and that's all to do with how they come in, how they track the ball, how they move with it. Getting their timing right is crucial. Similarly for China, as that one is put away by Zheng Xiaoya, and as we hit the technical timeout, just 1 point separating the teams. China with their noses in front. Excellent ball in. Some good defending by China. But it's certainly an area where the USA have improved in terms of their blocking. The number of block touches they're getting, the number of quality touches they're getting is really, really good. And whilst blocking isn't about making kill blocks per se, it's about closing down the space, trying to slow the ball down and put it into transition, with kill blocks being a bonus. They're making plenty of them. And again, another good touch. Timing brilliant. That one though, there was a bit of a gap. And exploited by Liu Xiaotong. In fact, just got past Robinson, didn't cut down the angle to her left, and Adams couldn't keep it off the floor. Well, it's a case of trying not to panic in that situation, and unfortunately that's what Yuan Xinyue does. Well, even though this set's now close, I don't think the USA will be worried so much, and I'm pretty sure Coach Kirai will be very happy with the fact he's made 4 substitutions. He's brought players on into the second set, one of which hasn't seen any court time at all at the final so far, and they're holding their own, having started disastrously back in it. And it's not going to be a walk in the park though, that's for sure. China now move to 2 in front. Jump serve to come, although that was rather tame. Castello touches the net as that ball is put into transition. Didn't touch her, but she caught the net on the way down. And Robertson's dig means nothing. That's a lovely pass from Barch. Although Lloyd somewhat telegraphed where she was going with that. Lowe did very well to get anything on that one. Lovely dig. Excellent rally. Well, it's still in play, but both teams only able to muster up one option. That, though, is quality from Lowe. The question I have is, was that ball on the floor before she touched the net, though? As she comes in and swings away on this one, she's into the net. It looked like the ball did hit the floor first. Nobody challenging it. USA have the point. Lowe starting somewhat inside and then coming out to block. And as a result, the line's available for China and they're taking it. Xin Yue. The football skills not helping Dixon. She's not really having a good day against China's middle blockers. And she's shaking her head. She knows she needs to be doing better. She's not a first 6 player anymore for the USA. Through the middle. Those positions taken by Akinradewo and by Adams. So any opportunity she gets, she needs to take. Coach Kashkarai is passive for the moment, but he has been known to explode and go crazy. He did in Omaha last year when things weren't going right, because the guys weren't doing what they should be doing. Another good swing from Castello. Spent the season playing in Italy, and if you're following the social media and seeing the hashtag quick sets, you'll know that she's one of the interviewees for her favourite coffee, and she talks about her time in Italy. If you haven't seen it, please do so, obviously after this game. So an unforced error from China sends Thompson back to the serving line. USA go on to take this set. It certainly will send out a very strong message to all the other teams here about the strength and depth of this USA team. Well, we have a challenge, and at the moment it's one of the teething problems we have with the technology as such, that both teams thought that that was a timeout because the point had been lost. The challenge came, both teams are walking off the court, whereas in fact the coach has called for a challenge. So we don't have at the moment any real kind of clear visual cue of what a challenge looks like, as that ball doesn't touch the block. But as with anything, the challenge system is very, very good. It does a great job of getting to the truth of the matter. and has been invaluable in its implementation in developing and taking the game forward and eliminating any kind of human error to a degree, apart from the errors made by the players in the course of their challenge. Oh, Barge went for the 3-inch line, tried to bury that one just the other side of the net. The block was in the way, so we hit the technical timeout. China leading by 3. Again, Barch flirting with the net, but still able to rustle up a smile as that one goes off the defender and out of play. Low. Where Barnes needs to get out and come in again if she can, and Lowe's tried to turn that to a line that wasn't available. Prix won't be too happy about that. Oh, she had loads of lines to go with, didn't she? But her body angle wasn't right. USA led off the hook. Barch with the serve, plays her volleyball for Dresdner in Germany and is from the University of Illinois. Prior to this, as that one goes long, Barch with 13 caps, most of them coming here in the World Grand Prix prelims. It was well left in the end by the USA, wasn't it? Very nice angle. Wu Xiaotong making sure that one didn't come back. Zheng Xiaoya. Very similar styles, haven't they, Adams and Akinradewo, even down to the glasses being worn in the front court and then being taken off in the back court. Adams sets herself, ready for the serve. Oh, I tell you what, that looked close. I think they're going to challenge that. That seemed to drop very quickly, and my first thought was it was in. Kirai had a quick look to his assistant and he thought it was in as well. Jamie Morrison, Thomas Black, the two assistant coaches for the USA. And a rare smile from Karch. And he's having a little chat from around the court as well. He thought it was in, I thought it was in, and you all at home knew it was in. It's an ace serve for Adams. That microphone that Karch has is linking him into his technical staff who are sat baseline, and they can talk to him directly. They're feeding him information in real time about what's happening on the other side of the court. and indeed what's happening on his own side of the court. That can help him make decisions tactically around where he wants personnel, where he wants to serve, where they're going to line up their defense, how they're going to set their block. However, one of the key things about coaching really is to try and keep it simple. Ooh! And quite simply, that was a mistake. Robinson and Barch not communicating, and for somehow Barch lets it go through. A classic example as we look at that overhead shot, two players on the same shoulder line, ball in between them. It's something you see an awful lot on the beach, not so often indoors. You have to stagger your defenders, you have to stagger your passes. A momentary blip for the USA. Dietzen puts that one down. And they move into a strong rotation now. Lloyd going back to serve with Lowe, Robinson and Dietzen in the front row. Three big attackers. They'll have Barch available on the backcourt pipe if required. Well, that certainly wasn't required. A gift for China. Interesting stack that the USA have. Lowe is going to run all the way around the back of the court here to go and hit through two. Dietzen come to the middle and Robinson go outside. Not your traditional setup for what's called rotation one. And rotation one is where the setter's at one. And if you follow that around to where the setter is on the court, that's what all the different rotations mean. If you ever hear somebody talking about that, oh, rotation 4 is this, or rotation 3 is where the setter is on court. In most instances in rotation 1, the outside swing hitter, lovely pickup, stands over at 2 and doesn't have to go anywhere as Barch gets block out. But in that instance that we just saw before that point, Coach Kirai has all of his three players stacking over on the left-hand side and trying to make it difficult for the other team to work out what's happening. Robinson with the serve. Chance to go in front. Oh, belter from Lowe. That's just what you wanted. Castello, who was playing for Futura Volley from UCLA, going up and absolutely snotting that one. And it's now China in trouble, who call the timeout. Robinson. Sometimes it's almost better not to block that and just have the ball come over so you can run an attack. Very good dig from Robinson, and Lowe now gets a good angle. It's a brilliant angle. And the USA turning this one around. If you think back to the start of this set, I think it was 5-1 down. With 4 new players on court, and now they are 2 points away from taking the set. Oh, Lloyd was back perhaps a little too deep. The block was functioning well, and Lloyd's positioning needed to go from taking a heavy hit to being ready to chase the ball down, and she didn't do that. Therefore, once that ball hit the block, she was unable to go after it. So China get the side out. Changes for them. Onto court now comes number 14, Gu Xiangyu, to serve. Is she ready? Oh dear. Well, all of those of you that are watching, that are coaches, that have done that and seen that happen, I feel for you. Set point for the USA. And a very nice combination play from China, opening up a bit of space in the middle of court, which saves set point. USA really didn't know what was happening with that last play. But they have a chance here to wrap it up. Low. Can't find a way through. It looked like Adams was the best choice. But Lloyd not risking it. In fact, she would have had a free swing, wouldn't she? They went to low. China shut her down. It's now a 2-point game. First to get 2 clear takes the set. Advantage with the USA. If they can side out, they'll open up a set point, but their opportunity to do it from side out has gone, and that's a great dig to get it into transition by China. Free ball though for the USA. Still Adams not being used. It doesn't matter. Low gets it into the baseline. And the USA have a second set point opportunity, or third set point opportunity. China in a bit of trouble. That looked like a double touch. Oh, it doesn't matter. Adams, who didn't get a swing, makes the block. And the USA take the set 26-24. They lead 2-0. So the stats tell you almost everything you need to know. 7 errors from China for the USA, and that probably was the difference in the end. Aces equal, blocks equal, and attacks not much in it. But it does come down to those unforced errors and the timing of those errors as well. Whilst it was 3 more that China made, they may have only ended up making 3, for example. If it had been the last 3 to lose the set, then it makes a difference, doesn't it? It's all about when and where these things happen and what you do when you get right to that business end of a set and how you function as a team. You could make 3 sets at the beginning, or 3 errors at the beginning of the set, and really it probably doesn't matter because there's enough time to get yourself back into it. The other team might make 0 errors, but if you make those errors, as I said, right at the end of the set, well, you're stuffed then. There's no way back. And that's certainly that serving error from Gun Seong-yu when she came on was telling. Carly Lloyd getting some information from the assistant coach. He's done well since coming on. And Coach Kirai happy to go with the same 6 that won the second set. So Glass is rested, Larson is rested, Hill is rested, Murphy is rested, Akinradewo is rested. What a great position to be in as a coach, considering they are playing the team that they beat at the World Championship final back in Italy in 2014. A team that they may well face at the Olympic Games in less than 30 days' time. They are out there at the moment, bossing this one with their second 6. Lovely. Barch goes up. Nice little bit of hang time for her. And thumps down the line. 1.90 m. She spikes at 3.05 and blocks at 2.96 m according to the stats. But I got a feeling it's a little bit higher than that. Always good when you can underinflate the stats. I know for those of you that perhaps aren't quite, say, 6'3" or 6'4", when it comes to the stats, you most definitely are. Always a worry though when you go up against a team and you think, crikey, they're giants, and when you see the stats, it says that they are only 6'3" or 6'4". Dietzen with the serve. USA off to a bit of a flyer here. Another free ball chance. March's got some work to do. Well up by Dietzen. Looked like someone had tied her laces together as she fell, but she kept it in play nonetheless. Unfortunately though, that ball was very close to that antenna, might have just clipped it, or certainly was outside it. It's clipped it, hasn't it, as it's gone past, and that is the vertical extension of the sideline. So if it hits it, goes over it, it goes outside it, it's an error. A big roar from the crowd as that one was dealt with by the USA. You can see why. It was an absolute thumper, wasn't it, to the line? I think it's safe to say the USA very much in control of this match. Highlighted by that block. Timeout then called by China. Not looking great for them at the moment.
They're in row 4, 2 seam is good serving wise. If they run a gap, it'll block the signature. USA! First.
Good up from Lloyd. Robinson delivering some heat. And it's Lin Lee makes a dig for China. Oh, that is a spectacular dig. Absolutely stunning piece of defense from the USA. Natalie Hagland keeping that one off the floor, and then Lowe getting block out. All credit the libero. Brilliant serving from Barch. And at 8-2, surely this game's done and dusted. China walk off with their heads down. USA with their heads held very much high. More trouble here for China. And the off ball should be dealt with Adams. Well, there'll be a challenge here because China's saying they didn't touch it. This has been one of the really interesting discoveries about the challenge system and the 4-touch call, where the ball is deemed to have hit the net but not hit the block. Once it's been analysed, once it's all been looked at, so far to date, it's been worked out about 9 times out of 10, every time that ball is put into the net where there's a block involved, actually there is a block touch. And what that's tended to happen is referees been less likely to call for 4 touches, which then also helps to avoid the challenge. But I'll be, as we all are now, interested to see which way this one will go. In fact, I was chatting with the challenge system people after day 1, and there were a couple where they said actually the ball did touch the block, as we can see, and yet no challenge came whilst the 4 touches was given. And for my money, and for those of you involved where you're playing as a coach and there's a challenge system, if you get a 4-touch call against you, challenge it. It worked for Karch. 9 times out of 10, it's 90% right. And the USA continue on. 9-3 now. What are China going to do? A couple of choices. One is nothing, as far as the coach is concerned. See if his 6 on court can find a way out of it, find a solution. The other one is take them all off and put the other 6 on. Could they do any worse? He's letting it ride for the moment, not making any hasty changes. As China find a side out. Oh, what a shame that was. The middle block has come across to play it. Just as the libero was about to dig it, Lin Li thought she had it. Ends up digging thin air as that ball was taken away from her by Zhang Xiaoya. Adams it will be to serve. Oh, it's a really good serve, but Lin Li's passed that brilliantly. And Robinson has blocked it spectacularly. Zhang Xiaoya with nowhere to go. I really like the way the USA are blocking. Their hands are across the net early and holding the position. See some players go up and then reach across the net. 2 movements. That's tricky, can be dangerous. Net touch by China. It was Yao Di. And that's what the subs bench think. Affectionately in the pig pen, as it's called. And Robinson gets the point for the USA. Robinson will be featuring later on today on social media. Hashtag quick sets if you want to get an insight into what she's been up to, what she's doing. And if you want to get more involved on social media, want to see what's going on and have your say, you can do at FIVB Grand Prix or hashtag FIVB Grand Prix. That time Robinson couldn't find the court, nobody touched it, and China have a point. Just 6 behind now. One big hit after the other. And China unable to soak up all of that energy and keep the ball on their side of the net. It's been a bruising encounter, hasn't it, for China? And they've had absolutely no reward. Lloyd with the serve. Oh, somehow that one got past the USA's block. But it's China again, still scrambling. Well, that's definitely a situation where there's no need to block that at all. You've got an attacker who is behind the 3-meter line, hitting a roll shot, and all that's happened is the block's taken it away from Hägglund. Not that easy to recognise that situation, though, when you're in the middle of the rally. Brilliant. Castello, such a ferocious swing. Really puts some weight behind the ball when she hits it. Wonderful arm swing and follow through. Good up from Robinson. And again, Lloyd this time keeping it in play. What can Lowe do? That's going to come back over the net. Dietzen, oh, didn't know what to do with it. Real trouble here for the USA now. Initiative back with China. Not a great swing. And eventually it's Bartsch who says, had enough of this, ladies. Time to end the rally. Karch stood with his hands on his hips, shaking his head at the end of that one. That is a wonderful hit from Bartsch. The USA somehow scramble the point. Robinson with the serve. 15-7 up. Very much in control. Looking to try and stay there. Brilliant again from Castello. Good high contact into the corner. And at the second technical timeout, it's all stars and stripes. No, it's not a second technical timeout. Well, there we go. I think that's a case in point, isn't it, of the slight issue we have at the moment with the challenge system. They're going to challenge ball in out just because you can. Whereas everyone else thought it was technical timeout as we all watch them come off the court. So challenge doesn't work, and it is indeed second technical timeout. Courtney Thompson has come on court, replacing Dietzen, so she will serve and play defence. At the moment, the USA not showing any signs of running a double substitution. Something that they like to do, and they do often. China trying to get themselves into the right rotation. And now they're ready to go. Hard enough hit off the block to see that one carry out over the sideline. A long way to go. It's a good 7 metres. Thompson back off, Dietzen back on, Dietzen off. And in comes the libero. Kayla Banworth. It's a bit like Piccadilly Circus, isn't it? The buses don't see any for ages. And then 3 at once, and it's an ace serve for China. A little shrug of the shoulders from the USA players, and understandably so. It's probably a 1 in 10 serve. was almost embarrassing, and in fact is embarrassing in the end for Cheng Chun Lee. Went too early on the block and then has overcooked it to the baseline. Good movement from Adams and from Barch, getting themselves in position to be a threat. That meant China couldn't get 3 blockers up. Managed to get 2. It didn't matter. Barch gets the block out because Shen Xue was late getting across. That was in part due to the work Adams did in holding her over on the left side. Liu Yanhan getting a free swing. A serve for Cheng Chun Lee. It may not be quite over just yet. A few more of these. There might be a few issues. Oh, great reactions from Adams. How did she keep that one in play? And again. Barch made herself some decent room and she's able to attack the ball. USA have the point, but thank Rachel Adams for that. 2 wonderful reaction touches. And then Barch finishes it all off. Well, it's an off ball. Hagelin thought it was going to go long. Frustrated to see it land on the line. Yanhan comes up with the point. Lin Lee makes the dig. Banworth almost caught out. She was covering up very high at 6, almost by the 3-metre line. More confusion for China. Too much traffic for Adams to get round and go on the slide behind. China have a chance again, and this time they take it. Timeout's been called by the USA.
Protocol is we can get Rachel behind and let her know that we've got some of those. All good. After we get this side out, Jamie. 10-5, slide go big. Also left side blocker, be careful of the knee.
Robinson gets back out again, but it's Adams who goes to the line, dug by Lin Lee. There wasn't that angle available though for Liu Xiaotong to go cross court, and it's the USA who take the point. Adams with the serve. This time Liu Xiaotong finds the right angle. Zhang Xiuya to serve. Good up from Van Loth. Oh, well read by Robinson. Good dig. That's more like it from China. Much better volleyball from them. A really good finish from Zheng Chunli. But is it too little too late? That's the question. 2 sets to love down, trailing by 3. And the USA knocking you over like skittles when they have a swing. Does make it difficult. Well, the USA won't be too worried about that. It's just one side out for another. As long as they can keep siding out, they'll have a chance. They did have chances in the second set. 2 side outs that they wasted to take the set. Eventually had to do it from serve. Well, it's a battle of the opposites, and it's China's opposite that's winning at the moment. Zheng Chunli delivering the power after Castello was dug. Good cover. Although Yardai out of the action. And it's a net touch by the USA. Castello with the unforced error. A cheap point for China. There'll be a timeout coming by the USA. Oh dear, elbows into the net.
Back to one good touch, either lock hands across, passing off the net, calling the free ball, calling the name. So one Can you check right now? Thank you.
Important side out this now for the USA, especially off the back of the timeout. How often do you see that? It's fascinating, isn't it? This is the top level of world volleyball. A timeout's called, a player comes off, they've been on a serving run, they come back on and then put it in the net. It's the sort of thing you're used to as a coach of junior players. Really, at this level, I don't really want to see that. Oh, that looked to be on the side of the USA. Play continues. The block is good. It hits the sideline. There's going to be a challenge, though, for ball in, ball out. The lines judge was very quick to show it as in. Unfortunately, our camera operator not quite quick to move and follow the ball. But the challenge system Oh, it's a timeout. There you go. So it wasn't a challenge. Just called the timeout. Robinson. That's definitely going to be something that Coach Kirai will have stored in the memory bank and will be working on with his team, because pretty much every time a tip ball has come over, it has scored. Barch goes block out, and it's now match point for China, for the USA against China. China could only dream of having a match point right now. Well, it's caught the block, has it? Indeed it has. The referee had a good look, so it's no point for the USA. They haven't wrapped it up just yet, but they've got 2 chances now from the side out. Wow, the last time that Gong Xiongyu come in to serve in the last set, she put it in the net. No pressure now then, match ball down. Let's hope she just hasn't used a good serve. Now the referee blows the whistle. Now Gong Xiongyu can serve. March puts it in. And Lowe hammers that off the block, does she? No, says the referee. But we're going to have a challenge. Just because we can. Lowe doesn't look convinced. She kind of thinks she did touch it. Maybe not. We're going to find out very shortly. The official review says, oh, big touch, and that's it. It's all over. The USA have done it. They've won the match in straight sets. They're through to the semi-final, where they will await the outcome of results in the other pool, where they're either going to be playing Brazil or Russia. So a fantastic result then for the USA. Coach Kirai couldn't be any happier. 25-21, 26-24, 25-23, 3-0. USA have beaten China. Well, it was a better performance from China than it was that we witnessed against Netherlands, but in the end, they just didn't have the capabilities of dealing with what was a very strong first and ultimately second sets for the USA.